Rangnick battles it up for United. It's a disgusting show up, very much well controlled. It's like getting your good suits and you go out there well dressed and smart. You drink yourself silly and you darten that entire suit in there and people started laughing at you, yet you had really worn a very good suit in there. And this time round, the suit that we had worn, very good, the display was very okay in there, and United bottled it up again, and that is courtesy of Rangnick in there for you. This shows how he's not yet well preserved, all well coached, all well knowledged about the Premier League. Because in a game like this of Aston Villa, I really thought that even before we were 2 goals up, I really thought that that midfield required reinforcement in there. I think at 75 minutes, 70 minutes, United needed to make a very big change in there because the midfield was naked. How was it naked? Nemanja Matic had been booked in the first half, you remember that very well in there. Then the other player who goes by the name of Bruno Fernandes, because United was playing a 4-2-3-1, that means there were 3 midfielders. Out of the 3, 2 midfielders were booked, and we couldn't really make a change. Even when we were at 2-0, the manager said no in there, and he didn't really make up a substitution in there. And it really shows you what United is lacking in there. United is lacking what we call a central defensive midfielder. Welcome to the Manchester United Matters channel. Where are you watching us from? I know most of you are really pissed in there. I'm having Duda prank says should have served Van der Sar. Should have served Van den Beek for Freddy in there. Alright, we are really going to come out and react to that in there early in the second half. Alright, I'm really going to come up and react to that because I have lots of points I really came out and noted in here into my diary that I really feel like we have to talk about in there. 1, Rangnick, first half on point. That's the best 45 minutes we've played. That's the best 45 minutes we played at Manchester United, and I really feel like, oh, I wish we could turn that 45 into a 90 minutes in there because we really played very well. Our display was really on point, and I really loved it, and I really felt like, oh my God, I wish I should see United playing like this game in, game out. Now, we come into second half. Of course, I knew that was going to happen because United had to, at the point, sit behind and reserve some energy in there and really see this Aston Villa game. But all in all, it's United that costed itself this game. Why? The selfishness of Mason Greenwood is still costing United. He had 2 chances of playing his fellow players in, and he didn't. Before we think about Rangnick, because Rangnick had set up his team to come up and beat Aston Villa, and trust me, chances were created and his game point and his game plan was on point because we could put 4 goals past Aston Villa. But guess what? The player who goes by the names of Mason Greenwood really couldn't really pass out Edson Cavani. And I think Edson Cavani is an annoyed man. Each and every time he eyes at Greenwood, you tell him, young man, I've played football, I've scored close to 500 goals, but you aren't going nowhere with that selfishness. You get? No one will ever tell you that being a very good player, you have to be scoring goals game in, game out. That's out. So Greenwood is one of the reasons as to why we really got this game and we got a point instead of 2 points in there. Looking bad on the table, when you look on the table, it's really disgusting because we are really looking bad. Equal games with the team which goes by names of Arsenal. Arsenal is ahead of us with 3 points. West Ham, 5 points ahead of us in there. We still have a game in hand in there. So Tottenham Hotspur, very worrying. We have played 2 games more, but we are behind them. We are at 32 points and they are 33 in there. So it shows you how ugly United we are looking. It shows you how ugly we are looking. And things concerning Mason Greenwood, that's when I really come up and really tell people that this is when Ralph Rangnick would have done and shown us the balls as he showed us the balls of benching Harry Maguire. Get off Mason Greenwood because he's trash. He's a very good player, but today he has wasted because the main reason as to why Sancho was brought onto that pitch the main reason as to why Greenwood was brought onto that pitch was to really come up and do the needful in there. And guys, did you notice that in the first goal, even in the second goal that we conceded, Have you noticed that Greenwood does not track backwards? He does not track backwards, hence exposing our right back who goes by names of Delo. He does not track backwards. You get? Now, how can you play that side when you don't track backwards? Look at the side where Elanga has been playing. Elanga has been playing there very, 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 very well, and everything was very much okay. You get? Everything was very much okay, and Telles was never exposed in this game because Elanga could track backwards. That's why I really agree with Do the Prank saying that Sancho should start over Greenwood to send balls to Cavani. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Because even after 70 minutes or 65 minutes, Sancho was supposed to come on to play that side. You get? With the essence of telling him, please, can you help Delo a lot? Because Delo looked exposed, yet he really had a very good game. But Greenwood, most people are not really going to come out and look at what Greenwood has done. But trust me, Greenwood is one of those players that has led United to lose this. You rather create that assist and give it to Edson Cavani, and he misses. We'll know that, oh, he missed in there. To an extent that even when you are yards before the 18 yards box area, when there are numbers of Manchester United players into the 18 yards box area of the opponent, you go ahead and shoot. Greenwood, please and please, this is what you should change in your gameplay. Because trust me, you're really going on the bench. You looked at the likes of Elanga, a younger Elanga comes in through. He plays very well. And trust me, those are the kind of players that Rangnick admires. He plays that entire line. In attacking, he's involved, and defensively, he's involved. Now, if Sancho gets back to his form as he really had picked up before he really got an injury or suffered COVID, I will feel like Sancho will be playing off the right attacking side of the midfield, and Elanga would be playing that side, because they'll give United what it deserves. They'll give United what it deserves. Mr. Greenwood, you should really mash up yourself up, because if you don't, I don't feel like you're going really to get enough playing time as you want. You aren't, because you are selfish and you're not scoring, because it's a different story altogether. If you are selfish and you score, it's a different case altogether. But if you are selfish and you don't score, then each and every person is going to look at you when the team loses. Very many people are really going to come out and look at the 2 goals after they've come in. But before those 2 goals going in, we would have been 4 goals up, because even in the first half, Sancho looked selfish. He looked selfish every time. So I'm calling out Sancho for this match reaction, because he costed us this game. Rangnick is the first person to blame, but when I really looked at it after the game, I really thought that Rangnick had really put out a team to beat Aston Villa, and guess what? He had put up a team to beat Aston Villa, and we got the chances to finish Aston Villa. You get? And Greenwood is one of those people that really never abided by the instructions of the coach in there. So, because I know Rangnick, he wants you to be patrolling that entire line. When they're attacking us, you have to drop back and help Delo. And when you are attacking, think of what comes in your mind first and why he put you on the field first. He put you on the field to create for Cavani, not to score. You get? However much you go wide forward, you are not supposed to really misuse such chances unless it's an open chance or you have no player of United to play in. But all of the times Greenwood got into that 18 yards box area of Aston Villa, he had to do a square pass to find Edson Cavani, and Edson Cavani would have done the needful in there. So I really feel like Greenwood is one of the people that costed us the game. Where I blame Rangnick is, why did he take him off? I've seen Thomas Tuchel taking off Saul Niguez in 2 games. The first game he took him off in the 35th minute because he was not playing what he was ordered to do. The second game, after the 45 minutes, he never brought him back to the pitch. Greenwood, after 60 minutes, he was not supposed to be onto that pitch. He wasn't supposed to be onto that pitch because United, first and foremost, we were ahead. You get? In the 70th minute, take him off. Take him off because he's costing the team. You remember they're attacking United a lot, and this lad is not really tracking backwards. And what is his main role onto the pitch? Just throw him off and bring in Sancho. You get? All Lingard, all anyone else, all Danny van Beek, and reinforce the midfield because we looked weak and naked in there. Fred looked naked. Bruno Fernandes looked naked. Nemanja Matic looked naked. So we needed a new steel into the midfield, and it was not brought up. So Do the Prank says Sancho Yeah, Sancho is better than Greenwood. That's it. That's it. Especially, Greenwood is better when he's playing as a centre forward. You get? And Sancho is the best creative wide player that we have. And trust me, he should be on the field. Then you say, should Ronaldo and Cavani start together? I really think that this system, you've seen that this system that Ralph Rangnick really came out and played today. He never played a 4-3-2. He played a 4-2-3-1 in there. That's the system that he played. And in this system, he just needs to play with one centre forward. And I really feel like Ronaldo and Cavani cannot play like that together because they won't get service. They won't get service. And in this system, the reason why he played well today, one, this system, these players have been playing this system for the previous 3-4 years in there. So they are so much used to it. And this system best brings out the best outputs of Bruno Fernandes. You get? Because Bruno Fernandes is a number 10. He's a central attacking midfielder. He's that player who operates well when he's ordered to play behind the forward, the centre forward in there. And you saw him today scoring a brace in there. And I think ever since this season started, this is the best game Bruno has played. I've seen him putting up a couple of passes very well. You get? He really played very well. Ball distribution, everything was on point for Bruno. And I think he's going to be one of the contenders for the man of the match in there. But I don't see Ronaldo and Cavani starting together again because they aren't really going to get supply, and United will look unbalanced when those two start in there. I will feel like one of those is start. It depends which kind of game too again, but I will feel like playing against Brentford on Wednesday is really going to be another big game in there for United because Brentford, their physique is way up there. I don't know whether Ronaldo will be fit in there, but I really think that United really deserves to choose one to start most of the times, and that is Ronaldo in there. And maybe sometimes Cavani will switch off from either the right or left attacking side because there is no way you play him together with Ronaldo and get results in there. Remember that game of Wolverhampton Wanderers when we played them together, United really looked bad. We looked bad because you won't create, and that system of 4-2-3-1 favors United a lot, and a 4-3-2 players aren't used to it in there. Thank you, Duda Pranks, for watching in there. I talk about another player who goes by names of Fred Rodriguez. Fred Rodriguez, putting aside the assist that he really put up for Bruno to score a goal, he would have costed us 2 goals. I've counted that he lost the ball 6 times in the midfield. That's really weird and awkward. You get, and in most cases, not even under pressure, but with poor passes, he put up close to 6 poor passes and poor controls and poor passes all together. They were like 6 or 7 in there. And he never looked alive into this game. Freddy Rodriguez, he never looked alive into this game. He was nowhere his levels. And I really come out and tell people that Freddy is good at Manchester United as a bench player. Like in this game of Aston Villa, you are 2 goals up, you just bring him in, but not as a starter. That's why you see players like Zakaria are needed at Manchester United. You saw what it means. Because when Matic got out of the game, because he was naked, not because he had a yellow card, but because his legs couldn't manage the game anymore. You saw how Aston Villa started to penetrate us through. For the first 60 minutes, Aston Villa couldn't do that to us because we really looked solid because Nemanja Matic still had the gas and the legs. But after 60 minutes, he phased off. Freddy was also down, and the manager couldn't see that because if I told the manager, I would have taken off at least Nemanja Matic and bring in Danny Van Beek, because Danny Van Beek would have been giving orders and telling him, however much you've brought you to the pitch, you're not going to do a lot of the forward roles in there. You're going to track the movements of those players in there, get that ball, let's get the possession back. Because all what United needed into this game was to put control like it had on it for the first 60 minutes in there. That's why I really came out and told you that the first 45 minutes were superb, and I wish we can stretch those 45 minutes into 90. But all in all, this shows you what the manager, Rangnick, came out and talked about these players. These players are not fit enough. They don't have that energy. That's why you saw that nowadays they train until late in the evening. They train for 4 or 5 hours. They used to train for 2 hours and then go back home. You get? They cannot push themselves to the ladder. You get? That's something that these players should learn and come and give us the best. Because when you look right about now, we are really looking bad. We are really looking bad. These points that we are having are sick. 33 points. You get? 33 points in there. I remember last season we had more. We had collected more. You can't tell me that a team which goes by names of Manchester United, in 20 games played out of 60, we have 32. We've dropped 28. We've dropped 28. You get? Conceding 2 goals against the side which goes by names of Aston Villa, yet we've scored fast. Rangnick needs to go in there and really look at this game again and understand where did it go wrong, because it went wrong on him. Greenwood, after the 60th minute, he would have been taken off. Danny Van Beek needed to be introduced into that midfield early enough, you get? Because he is a player who could give you the hold-up play that you wanted, you get? And I'm asking myself, when will this guy get playing time at Manchester United? Because even when we are 2 goals up, he cannot really get 30 minutes. He has come in through in the 86th minute of the game. I thought even to make it worse, even after they equalized us in the 79th minute in there, he couldn't bring him on because that was the only solution. The only solution was get on a Danny Van Beek immediately, because we needed a goal. A draw does not help us. I really tell people that a draw does not help Manchester United. It doesn't. It doesn't. We only need wins. You get? You only need wins. So, but the shameful point is being 2 goals up and coming together, and we concede 2 in there. That's really unacceptable at Manchester United. We can't really accept such stuff at Manchester United because we are more than this. The other point I really noted about was the referee. The way the referee managed this game in there, I really felt like some Villa players deserve to get yellow cards more earlier than how the referee took. Like, is it Douglas Luiz in there? He deserved it because he made very many fouls in there and he was not even flashed a yellow card. There is a yellow card that was supposed to be given to Cash because of that foul he did to a player who goes by the names of Elanga. You get? So I really feel like we had lots of things to do, but even the referee really did loads of things that really didn't get us wrong in there. All in all, Aston Villa came up, Coutinho coming up, and he silenced us because he came up with an assist and an equalizer in there, making a very big statement into this game. But all in all, it was Rangnick that has really got this game and served it to Aston Villa. He has given away our win. This win was ours. We had the win until the 82nd minute. So you cannot tell me that you can let these players play until that 82nd minute when you've not yet made a substitution in there. You get? These players needed to be off. You get? So I will feel like Rangnick's poor substitutions has really betrayed us. And the reason as to why I come out and really blame Rangnick is because he came out and said that in German football, teams that are really below, like the top 5, top 6, are really not competitive as those in the Premier League. Each and every team in the Premier League is competing. So, knowing that, just know the legs of Matic can't afford him anymore. Bring in a Danny Van Beek for him. You get? Because he's on a yellow card and he's tired. And you stay him up to the 90th minute. That's really uncalled for because you had risked him even to get a yellow card. So, I really feel like United had the best chance to get this game away. 2 goals up. Poor substitutions made by the manager, and oh my, I can't forget this night. A night that started with all of us smiling from ear to ear has ended up putting our faces into a gloomy mood. We are really in a gloomy mood. We aren't happy because we have lost this game. If it was 1 goal and Aston Villa had equalized, that would have been okay. But 2 goals, for the very first time, Rangnick had never conceded 2 goals, and he has now conceded 2 goals against Aston Villa. It looked like it was not going to be an easy game, but the way we started it, we had really managed that game very well, but we took long to make those substitutions. Even Elanga looked naked, and you took long to take him off the pitch. You get? Greenwood, who didn't have played all those minutes. Matic, We have 3 substitutions, and we are really coming out and complaining that Premier League needs to see to it that they put up 5 substitutions into there. You get? So, if they put up 5 substitutions into this team, you get, for Manchester, they put up 5 substitutions. If you cannot utilize the 3, why were you calling for the 5? Because you said Premier League needs to come up and put up 5 substitutions because players are really having COVID and there are very many tournaments to play. You get? Then, you are calling for 5 substitutions. You can't even use them all. You get? Appropriately. You get? So, I really feel like we have been betrayed by our manager. Rangnick has bottled it up, and that's the reason as to why Manchester United has really lost 2 points in there. It's really bad. It really hurts. Putting up such a big display in there and letting in those goals coming in through. It's because the midfield was naked. All of those goals, it's because the midfield was naked. Because when you see, no one could track those runs in there. No one couldn't in the midfield because the midfield was naked to that extent. So, very bad display. I never liked it all. I don't know what you guys think about it. I had predicted a 2-1 win over Manchester United, but all in all, the game ended 2-2 in there, and I really felt like we are not good enough because of a central defensive midfield that is lacking at Manchester United. And if at all I were Rangnick, I would go in the morning, knock onto the door of Richard Arnold and Ed Woodward and tell them that, please, I want a central defensive midfielder in 2 days. If we are not getting him, we are not getting top 4. That's the only language that the Glazers and Ed Woodward will hear because they are here for Champions League football. They are here for Champions League football because when they don't go into the Champions League, Adidas gets them 40 million pounds in there, that shared sponsorship deals in there. And when they go, they get close to 70 million pounds or 80. So what does that show you? It just shows you that these people, the language they understand is Champions League. And the reason as to why I really want to see United play the Champions League is we really want to stay with these players. We want to stay with Ronaldo, want to see Rafael Varane stay, and very many other players, and to attract more to add to this squad because we need quality players into this team. We have quality in there, and the only way we are going to maintain and add more quality is to be playing Champions League. But I see United nowhere if we don't bring in a CDM because there is a myth at Manchester United that they feel like they can really go ahead and play and reach or and finish the Premier League in the top 4 positions with this midfield. Trust me, you aren't going to find this an easy journey. I am not saying that even if they don't buy a CDM, United won't get the top 4, but it's really going to be the biggest risk I've seen in modern football because games are really won and lost in the midfield. That's what the football is all about. So to me, that's my match reaction to that game. Rangnick bottles it up for Manchester United as we draw 2-2 with Aston Villa. I go by the names of RD. Smash the like button, comment and share. Go into the live chat and tell me what you think about this game of Manchester United. Do the pranks. Thank you for watching in. Thank you for keeping it the Manchester United Matters channel. I think I've read and reacted to all your questions very well. Thank you and good night. Tomorrow we are coming back with the 5 things we learned from Aston Villa to Manchester United.